Hi everyone, I'm just jumping in today to see how you guys are all going. I'm very aware that this is a crazy time for lots of people. We've had to make lots of changes and some of us have been forced into those changes, whether we like it or not. So I'm very aware that there's lots of people out there that might not be feeling so great today. I hope though that you have had a chance to look after yourself today and have some me time, if not some creative time. We all know that creativity is something that's really important, especially when you're going through stressful times. It allows you to refocus and practice some mindfulness, quieten your mind down and focus on something that is positive. So that's what I've been doing today. And I hope, as I say, hi Fiona. I hope that you guys have found a chance to do the same, to get into your craft space, wherever that is, your little creative space, and dream and scheme up some projects and maybe even start some of those projects or finish some of those projects that you started a long time ago that have been put away for a while. This is day 2 for us for our kids to be learning at home and not at school. We chose to, because my husband and I both can work from home, we decided that our kids can as well. And so they've been doing the online learning through their school portal, and that's been going really well. So I don't know, ask me in about 5 weeks' time how we're going with that, and I might give you a different answer, but at the moment it's going really well. We are taking some time to do fun things and things that I guess we don't normally have time to do together. So it's not a negative thing that we've all had to kind of stop and reset and just kind of explore ways to look out for each other and other people in this new environment that we're in. So I have been in my craft room today and I'm wanting to share with you some of the things that I've been creating. We have 1 week of celebration left, and I'm mindful that there's still a few things that I want to get from celebration. Good news is that we have actually just started our round 3 of celebrations. So there's a new lot of products, and they are from the catalogue. So they're normal catalogue products, products that you can normally purchase from the catalogue, but at the moment they're free with a qualifying order. Some of them you get double packs of. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about those in a second, and I've posted that on my Facebook page here, on the All Things Stamping page. So you'll be able to jump on and find out what the list is of those items. And of course, all of the other celebration items are still available. So you can still get those. The only one that is sold out, as far as I know, is the card pack. So most of them are still available, and the ones that I'm showing you today are available as well. So I just wanted to switch around my camera, so I'm going to do that. Hi Vicky, good to see you. I hope you've been creating today as well. It's been good weather for that, hasn't it? Yeah. So I think because it's a little bit rainy today, we sort of haven't felt like going out, and it's kind of a nice day to bunker down and get crafty and do some things at home. So I hope you've had a chance to do that. I'm just going to switch the camera around. There we go, and I'm going to pop in there. So hopefully you guys can see. So this is my little creative space, and I hope I'm around the right way. I'm trying to watch this at the same time on my page too, just to make sure that I'm in focus and on camera and all of that sort of thing. So let me just bear with me. I'm going to get on there, and then hopefully we might be able to see your comments too. So if you want to just leave me a comment to show me that you're watching, that would be awesome. And then you can interact. We can interact as I'm showing you these things. So I've been playing with the flowering foils, and you'll see a little bit of a sneak peek here on the box that I've got in front of me. It's actually a box that's made of an envelope, from an envelope. So if you're actually wanting to make a really quick gift box, this little idea here is one of the ideas that I have used for a long time actually, and it's not a new idea. So let me just start off by showing you how I made a little gift box, because this is the gift box that I'm popping all of these cards into, and I'm planning to send them out to a couple of people that just might need a little bit of cheering up. They're either isolated because they don't want to mix with other people for all the obvious reasons, or they're caring for somebody who is also isolated. So I just wanted to send out a few little things in the mail and send some happy mail to people who might not be able to get out as much in the near future. So what I've done with this envelope, it actually starts off as a normal C6 size envelope, believe it or not. And what you need to do if you're wanting to make these at home, I'm just going to get my paper trimmer here. You need to first of all close your envelope. So I'm just going to lick that closed so it's sealed. And then what you want to do is slide it in, and you're going to use not your cutting tool but your scoring tool, scoring tool, and I'm going to take that up to the 1 centimetre mark on my trimmer, and I'm just going to go down that long side, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. You want to make the score lines really pronounced so that you can fold them really easily, because that will help you make the pouch or box shape for the little gift pouch that you're creating. Okay, so I don't know if you can see those 2 lines there. And then I'm also going to take it down the bottom. So this will be the base of the box. Doesn't really matter which end you decide. I'm going to take that to 1.5 centimetres. So 1 centimetre on each side. Flip it over again, and then 1.5 centimetres from the base, and I'm going to do it on both sides. So that score line is nice and pronounced there. So this will be the back, and that will be the front. We want the front to look pretty. This part here, you sort of want to disguise it a little bit at the back. So the other thing we need is an opening on the top. So what I'm going to do is just slide it to the right of my blade, and I'm going to use the blade this time and just slice a little bit off the top, so that now I've got an opening in my pouch to put whatever it is that I'm putting on the inside. Next, you're going to want to get a bone folder, so I'll move this out of the way again, and you want to make all these creases nice and firm, so nice and pronounced, so that you can put this together easily. This is really important, using a bone folder, so you don't get any sort of finger marks, oily finger marks on your project, and it gives you a really crisp fold. So whether you're folding a card or a box or something like an envelope, it's not going to damage the cardstock or the material, but it will just help you fold. I'm going to push down into the box with my hand, and at the bottom I'm just going to press it up like this. You just want to get your fingers on the inside, and you're just pushing it up to that fold line that you made for the base. And you want to make little triangles here, so like little ears, you want to just make a little triangle there and another one on this side, so bring it in so that it's right at that point there. That's it. And then on the sides, you just want to fold these inward like that, so there's like a little pleat on each side, and same with that side. And then this little triangle bit gets folded up, and you can sort of pinch that a little bit with your finger, so that you've got a base now that is able to stand up, and when you're putting something a little bit heavy inside, it will create a little bit of weight in the bottom, so it won't fall over. So that's basically how you make your little pouch. Now we're going to be folding ours so that it folds over at the back, and we're going to put some ribbon around it just to hold it closed, and we're going to decorate the front. But that's the basic idea, and once you've made this, you can decorate it however you want to. So it's really up to you. As I said, I'm going to be using, while I still can and while I can still show you this gorgeous paper, I'll be using some of the Flowering Foils Specialty Designer series paper, and this is still available for free with a $90 purchase during Celebration. Celebration ends in less than a week's time, so if you haven't got your must-have items from the Celebration catalogue, now is the time. Now this paper has been very well loved and used by me. There's a couple of different designs. The two different designs we're going to be using are the hatch design, which is this one, and you can see that's all in the copper foil. This the floral pattern has actually copper foil and silver foil in it, so you sort of get a mixture. And there's all sorts of ways that you can colour and decorate these flowers to make them coordinate with help them to coordinate with your project. So this the flowering foils is actually part of the second release Celebration. Now I told you that there was a third release Celebration, so let me just show you what that looks like. That came out yesterday, and so just for your information, I wanted to point out there are some items now that have different item codes, and you'll see those on my Facebook page. And when you spend $90 or $180, you've got a choice of some of these. You'll get 2 packs of the mini shipping boxes and 2 packs of the red rhinestones, a single pack of all of these beautiful papers. And there's punches and dies as well to choose from. So if you don't have these dies or these papers and you'd like to add them to your collection, now is a great time, because you can order some supplies. If you're stuck at home and you've got some projects that you need to finish or that you need to start, now's a great time to do that. And you can order your supplies in my store and choose some of these items for free. So that is a brand new list that's just been brought out yesterday. Of course, there are all the other Celebration items that are still available, so make sure you have a look at those and choose the ones that you know that you will need to have in your collection before March 31st. Alrighty, so how did I colour these gorgeous flowers? There is no die that you can use to cut these out, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to cut them out because they've got the flowering foils. The flowering foils are sort of like a nice outline around the image. It's actually quite easy to just go around with your paper snips, and I'll try and do this in camera. This is where my multifocals come in very handy when I'm crafting. So I can see things far away on my screen, and I can see things up close as well. So the pattern is actually not too hard to cut out. Sometimes there's some nice little gaps there in between the leaves and the petals, so that you can go around and just leave about 1 millimetre or so around the edge. And it's actually better if you leave your scissors in the one position. This is how I do my fussy cutting. And you just spin the paper around. So if you're wanting to cut out some images that don't have dies or punches, this is probably the easiest way to do it. So using your predominant hand to do the cutting, you just get what you're cutting in the other hand and twist it around, and then it's actually quite quick to do. So there's my flower. I'll pop these over here. Now to get this lovely soft colour, I've used one of my favourite colouring tools, which is the sponge daubers. And I think you get these in a pack of 8 or 6, I think, in the back of the catalogue. You'll find them. I always start off, just a little tip, I start off using these with the lighter colours, and then I graduate to the darker colours. Some people leave a colour, one dauber for each colour in the Stampin' Up inks. You can do that as well and store them individually and put labels on them. I tend to just go from light to dark, and then I get a little bit more use out of them. Eventually though, you do need to replace them after so many hundreds of times that you've used them, And yeah, as I said, you can get some more in the back of the catalogue. So I'm using Real Red as one of the colours, and that's going to be for the flower itself. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the ink on there and start off in the middle of the flower and swirl the colour out from the centre. So you don't get too many sort of concentrated areas of colour. You just want to lightly swirl it, and you'll notice as you do that the foil resists the colour, but it's the white paper that will pick it up. So that's the flower itself, and then with the leaves I'm going to use just a nice light green colour called Pizzazz, and I'm going to smudge that out like that. There we go, and then the leaves are done. I tend to leave these little berries plain. They kind of just add a bit of contrast. So I've added a flower like this to each of my cards. And I made the cards this size because I wanted them to fit in the small envelopes. So in the back of the catalogue, you will see that there is actually a section for envelopes, and we have packs of, I think you get 25, or maybe it's 50, can't remember, 25 at least of these little envelopes, 3 inches by 3 inches, and that is just a perfect size for a little gift card like this. You will need to cut a piece of cardstock, which is 6 inches by 3 inches, to make your cards that go inside the envelope, so they fit very snugly in there like that. Now there's some black on these beautiful cards, and I wanted to show you the set of dies that I've used. There is a set of dies in our mini catalogue. And this one, this is a new set of dies that you'll see on page 20, and they're called Stitched So Sweetly. And I've just grabbed the 2 largest ones that are those 2 shapes there, and I run them through the Big Shot. So I've done 3 of the smaller ones. You'll need 1 each for each of the cards. So 3 of these, and I've also done 1 of the larger ones, and they're quite beautiful. They're a nice shape. You can actually stamp on the inside of these, or you can use them just as a background, and that's what I'm doing for the cards and also for the little box. Now I don't know if you can see that little stitched pattern on the edge there. That's just a nice little detail that's added to these dies, and it just makes them a little bit special. So when you're putting them on your projects, you've got a little bit more detail, and they look really gorgeous in any colour, really. So what I've done is I have just added those. I've used a little bit of, let me get my Big Shot out of the way. I've used a little bit of glue just on the underside of this label. Just a little bit there, and I've stuck that on the card like that. And I've also, on all of these cards in just slightly different ways, I've added some ribbons. So the 2 ribbons that I've chosen for the projects kind of ties in with the colours that I'm using. I've got Whisper White, the Whisper White spotted ribbon, polka dot tulle ribbon is what it's called, and also from the mini catalogue, the double stitched satin ribbon in Real Red. So those colours are going to really coordinate and tone in with the rest of my project. I love combining these 2 ribbons, so let me just show you what I've done. I've kind of looped them around a little bit. I've done it slightly different on each one, but you just want a touch of ribbon. Sometimes you don't need a whole lot of ribbon on your card, and in fact sometimes less is more, and it's not quite so bulky when you come to put it on your project. So I've just got a couple of inches of each of those, and I've looped them around, and then I'm going to grab some glue dots, which are here, and just grab the first one on the roll like that. And I'll grab another one. Glue dots are great because you don't have to wait for them to dry. If you're making lots and lots of cards in a production line, it's great to have your glue dots on hand. They're great for ribbons, buttons, and other heavy embellishments. See, that's not going to fall off. That's brilliant. To secure the rose, the flower, I am going to use some dimensionals. So these are the large dimensionals. You need about 4 of those. And I'll just get them on my finger and then pop them 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just get the backs off. And this is going to sit it up a little bit on top of that ribbon because the ribbons are slightly bulky, and the glue may or may not stick to it as well. So I'm just going to angle that so you can see both the black, a little bit of the black, and some of the ribbon, and definitely, yeah, most of the flower there. For my greetings, I've got 3 greetings here. You could choose whatever greetings you liked. I like this stamp set here called Label Me Bold, because it's got some of these, it's like in relief. So you've got the black part is the main part of the stamp, and the greeting itself is white. So I just thought that would stand out a little bit better on my flowers. So what I did was, to make it super quick, and I'm going to be, as I said, I'm going to be making quite a few of these. I have put all of these words, the thank you, the from me, and the for you, and the hello on one block, and the hello is going to go on the front of my little bagalope. And then I've just stamped it onto a piece of Whisper White. So let me find a little piece here. There we go. So just a little scrap of Whisper White is all you need. And again, you can fussy cut these. They're just straight lines, so really not terribly hard. Just make sure you've got plenty of that black ink on there, and stamping it for a couple of seconds, and then you'll get a nice crisp image. Memento ink, the black ink, is the perfect ink for that. And then all you do is just cut around these and leave about a couple of millimeters, just as a little frame around each one. I won't show you how to do that. You guys know how to cut out. That's not even fussy cutting. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. I hope you've been cooking up a storm today in your Thermomix. I've been giving mine a good workout too. Yeah, so I have stuck these little labels, what are they called? Greetings on with some of the glue. I've just popped a little bit of glue at the back, and I've used that larger tag as a bit of a swing tag and just tied it around the top. And you can see those beautiful ribbons again up the top, and how pretty that polka dot looks against the red. You could put any colour ribbon behind that, and it just looks so gorgeous. And just a little bit of the thread. This comes from the black baker's twine, comes from the Country Club twine combo pack. Lots of great colours in there, and they go with so many things. So if you just want a little bit of thread to tie a tag. How I punched my hole is I've used a punch that is in the back of the catalogue. This trio punch, and you'll see it makes some pretty patterns. There's a corner rounder, and it makes that little pattern there, but also it's great for a little hole just to pop your twine through, just to hang it off. Now, I didn't really want it swinging around too much, so what I did was I popped one dimensional just on the back. So one of these foam mounting spots, just to secure it, so it looks like a tag, a swing tag, but it's just a little bit more stable, and it will stay put. To open up the bag, all you need to do is just open this bit there and just let it fall like that, and then pop your cards and envelopes. Did I tell you I made envelopes too? Let me show you those. I'll just show you my little envelopes. I've used some of the stamps again, as a little bit of a background. So Label Me Bold has not only the greetings, but it has some really cool backgrounds. So I've just used the spotty background, and this is a little technique called stamping off, which allows you to create a background with several different shades of the one colour. So let me just show you how I did that. You just make a little spotty background and just keep stamping like that, and eventually you'll run out of the red ink, but you'll make a really pretty little confetti look to your background. And then if you want to come in with one of the flowers, this is a flower from another celebration set called Tags in Bloom, and it's that one there. And I just grabbed that because I thought, oh, it's kind of, it sort of matches in with the style of the flowers that I've used on the top of the cards. And I'm just going to ink that up in the black and then stamp that in the corner there. So you can decorate your envelopes to match the cards that go in. Our envelopes are very stampable. And I have a bit of a rule when I'm giving someone a card. I say never a naked envelope, because you can decorate your envelopes really beautifully, and then somebody knows when they get it that there's something special inside. They have to open it. Okay, so let me bring the cards back in again so I can show you. There's the cards and the envelope. I'll get my ink out of the way, and I'll just bring the box in again too. I hope you can make something for somebody that needs some cheering up. You might just want to, if you're in quarantine or if they are, you might just want to leave it on their doorstep when you're out for a walk, so that they can get something other than a bill in the mail. And they'll get a nice surprise, and they'll know that you're thinking of them. And yeah, there's lots and lots of different reasons why you might want to give somebody a card. But hey, you don't even really need a reason. You can just reach out. I hope that you guys will join me again. I'm planning to do lots more videos. At the moment, my studio is closed, so I won't be doing face-to-face classes. I will be organising some online classes, so if you'd like to participate in those, stay tuned, and I'll be posting some information about that. I'm also about to send out my newsletter with lots more information and telling you a bit more about the plans that I have to keep you in the loop, to keep you inspired, and keep you stamping. Thank you so much for watching today, and thanks for dropping in and saying hi, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Happy stamping!